Hi there, my name is Benjamin Tuttle, and we're going to be making a little set using Blender. You can make it all one set, you can twist it and turn it to whatever you want. It's fairly easy to do, so first thing you need to do is you need to have Blender 2.49b with the movies plugin stuff, so it's fairly easy to install. I know Steven Dyson has something that I think I've uploaded somewhere. You need to have Python 2.62 as well. First of all, and you need to have MED. We're just going to make a little set, so first of all, we're going to folder, and we're going to create a new one. Right click, create new folder. It's fairly easy, I think. So all we need to do is set dressing tutorial, and then we need to go open up MED, and then we're going to select our folder. And I'm going to wait for this to load, so I'm just going to cut it, and we'll be right back. And we're back, and first of all, oopsies. We're going to go to Action Wizard, and then you're going to go to Extract Mesh for external editing. You can choose anything. If you want to do buildings, you go to Debug. Obviously, it has all the selection for buildings, but we're just going to do a small, very small little project. Here, I don't want to do any major buildings, so I'm just going to go sidewalk 2x16, and then you're going to go to your set dressing mesh, and then your set dressing tutorial folder, and then extract mesh, finish, Action Wizard, and then late. Oh. Interesting. Oh well. Sorry. Your bench. And then you gotta press set dressing tutorial and finish. And finally, we're going to make it just a little. Finally, no. Perfect, and that's all. And we're gonna close out of MED, and we have three little things. So first of all, we're going to open up Blender. We only have meshes and textures. First of all, let's just give you a rundown. First thing we're going to do is, it might not have that ability yet on your version, but if it doesn't, you just go to move your cursor until it creates this new icon, and then you're going to right click and say split area, and just choose this. And next we have something called the outliner, which you're going to click on this little grid thing and then go to outliner. We don't need the camera or the lamp, we just don't need it yet. That's only if you want to render or create anything in Blender and film it in Blender. We don't need that. And if you do, you should get 2.7. It's much better. So this is our material. This is object, which will determine, like, you'll see what it is. Material here, that's very important to keep in mind. The material. This is for text groups. We don't need to worry about all that. So we're just going to go import movies MSH. Go to your folder. And go to your set dressing tutorial. Meshes. Let's just import our bench first. And it will have a little thing here. This is called an empty, though we don't need to worry about control meshes. You can just delete them by pressing X. Well, we have to right click and delete them, but to delete something you press X. So, and then this, like I said, this is our material. Remember, the movies, when it comes to movies, one material per item, so per mesh. it doesn't like multiple materials. The Movies game hates that and it will crash. And this is our Blender group here. We're at 00.904. We don't need that deleted. So we're just stuck with this. And we're going to go to our little bounding. It says solid, shaded, and textured. We're going to go to textured. See? And next is we're going to import Movies Mesh again, and then we're going to select our sidewalk. And we're just going to choose our sidewalk mesh here. Data, mesh, sidewalk. There's a problem now. Now it's 00.00. That's the mesh empty we do need, but we need to delete it and get rid of this and clear everything out. Now there's a problem here. It's not supposed to look like that. Now, won't it? Don't worry. Everything's here. Our mesh and materials, so you don't have to do a thing first, but we're going to go to where we selected our outliner. Remember the grid thing, and go to UV image editor, and then we just select this to be our sidewalk, and that's all you have to do. And also to click on an object, and how to do what I did is all I did is just click on an object, press tab, and now bring it to edit mode. And then remember, click on the object you want to change, go to edit mode, go to UV, and then you just go to land sidewalk, and it's fixed. So if you want to duplicate this and make the sidewalk bigger, you just go to you click on the two items here, and then you press Shift D, and then since it's taking up 2 unit spaces, you just press 2 on your number on the keypad here, where it says 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0, not the numeric pad, but the one on your left, and it should be like that. So, and yeah, since they're all taking the same material, we can just press Shift, click, right click, right click, right click, and it selects all of them, and you can press Control J, and they will join as one mesh. Don't worry. As long as they're in the same material setting, like I said, material 001, the Movies game shouldn't have a problem with it. So if it's like a different material, then it's going to have a problem and it's going to crash. So keep that in mind. Don't join everything as one mesh. Don't. Only for the ones that take the same material. So this is ordinary material, and this is material 001. Everything that belongs to material 001 goes into, should be all the same. You know what I mean? So we're just going to do this again. We're just going to go to our scripts window. Trust me, so I don't have to look down. Our desktop. Our data, meshes, street lamp tall 01. That's the last thing we need to do. And obviously we're going to go back to our outliner. We don't need these controls, so right click and delete, 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 and right click on our map and delete it. So we just got to figure out which one it is. Remember the same thing, right? Tab, it'll bring it to edit mode. Find your little texture it belongs to by using the leopard skin thing. So it'll be street lamp tall 1, street lamp, make sure they match, and just 2 and 4. Done. It's a crude little thing. This is just a mini set. You can do as much times as you want, but we're just doing this for time's sake, so we're done. Well, we're not done yet. It's not time to export it. So here's what we do. Obviously, first of all, we need to go to our outliner here. We need to go to Add Empty. And we're going to create this, and then we're going to go F7 or Object, and then we're going to rename this empty 00.00. See? So the empty is now called 00.00. And then we're going to create a new group. We're just going to, actually, it should be the same name as the empty. The group should be the same name. Otherwise, it won't work. So the empty is called 00.00. So your group should be called 00.00. And we're just going to do that. So we're just going to do that to the rest of the objects. Make them 00.00. We don't need that. 00.00. 00.00. 00.00. Okay. Now that everything's grouped to 00.00, which is your technical thing for every prop. For weapons, it's a different story if you want to make weapons, but that's completely different. All right, so 00.00. We're going to click on every single one of these. So press Shift and click and left click. And then this should be last. Click on the empty last. And next we're going to Control P, make parent. And now these 4 objects are now parented to the empty. Now they're children to the empty. Just remember, the movies game this is pretty much how to make it work, but this is not the last step. So what we need to do is we have to save it. So we call it set, make whatever your set is called. Shoot. Set empty dot blend. Save as. And then finally we just go to open recent, set empty, and then save, and then go to open recent, set empty, and save. We need to do this at least a few times. Otherwise there we go. Because we need to clear everything out of this group. So that 00.00 is the only one remaining. Just keep that in mind. Otherwise, the movies game won't like it and it will crash. So now you have your set. Everything's ready. And we just need to... Oh yeah, I need to show you one more thing. We're going to go to our scripts. Miscellaneous, the movie's pre-flight check. Now this is important. What the pre-flight check is, it makes sure basically everything has to be green or it won't work in the movies game. So everything is green. Trust me, you're not building anything from scratch or anything new from that. You're just putting new things in and you're just regrouping them and fixing up the little UV meshes so it'll work right. That's all it'll do. And everything's green. That means we're all good to go. So we're going to press A to select all of them, and then go to export the movies mesh. Then go to our meshes here, to our set your mesh folder here, and then we're just going to call it p/set design tutorial or whatever you want to call it. Just remember it has to have a p/_ or it won't work right. So export mesh. And now you have it. And next, the final step is you have to go to back to MED, back to our set design tutorial thing, our folder that we created. It's running much faster this time. And finally, we're going to modify or create from existing resource, and then this is pretty much all, what this is, the section where you put your set dressing items. So we're just going to go to decorative and click on any of them. This is very important. We're going to change, import new mesh, and obviously mesh change, import new mesh. And then we're going to go to our folder, data, meshes, and click on our mesh that we just recently created. Press yes. That means that means that works. And now, see, everything is now one prop. From our basic little thing, it's now one prop. But we're not finished yet. You see, if we did that, if we press commit, we need to change it. So we're just going to highlight set tutorial and put that as a unique identifier, and then just unique identifier, and then you're going to press commit. And then we're going to change our thumbnail to whatever you want to do. Or you can make one, but it's just easier to generate thumbnail from scene. That's all. And let's see here. That's perfect. Perfect. Generate thumbnail from scene. And then finally, remember, make sure this is completely different. Make sure that the mesh, the name of the mesh matches this and this. If you don't do it, it will overwrite the original mesh that we created from. So your little ornate fountain thing will be overwritten by this. So make sure this is completely different. Make sure, and then press, and then just keep in mind. And then finally, once everything is done, you press commit. And now it should be in your game. And that's it.